You don't even have to look out your window. Just open your screen and you can practically feel the water level rising. But this isn't real water. It's what we might call a probabilistic flood. We're seeing billions of AI-generated images and videos just inundating the internet. Imagine a world where thousands of Mickey Mouses can be generated every single second. Some might have 3 ears, others might be doing really strange things. So this is the digital landscape as we approach the end of 2025. And at this pivotal moment, Disney, as the owner of that iconic mouse, has made a decision that's truly historic for the business world. Instead of simply building more dams to hold back this flood, they've actually constructed an ark. And get this, they've invited the very source of the flood, OpenAI, to join them on board. Specifically, Disney announced a $1 billion investment in OpenAI. Now, this might sound like a pretty standard business collaboration, but in reality, it's being described as a modern-day Treaty of Versailles. It really signals the end of humanity's battle to defend copyright, and instead, the beginning of what's being called the data sovereignty era. So let's start by exploring why Disney decided to sign this particular agreement. Well, if you think of Disney as a giant ship, its engines, frankly, are slowly sputtering out. Their traditional cable TV business, which used to be a huge cash cow, providing endless power, is now in rapid decline. In fact, its operating income has plummeted by 21%. Meanwhile, on the other side of the ship, their newer streaming business, Disney Plus, is barely profitable. And that's largely due to constant price hikes. The cost of producing a single Marvel series, for example, can run into hundreds of millions of dollars. This kind of spending spree just isn't sustainable, especially now that user growth has stalled. It seems that in the minds of Disney's management, there's a ghost haunting them right now, the ghost of Kodak. Now, Kodak didn't actually die because of a lack of technology. In fact, they invented the digital camera way back in 1975. Kodak's downfall was because they chose to lock that digital camera away in a safe, all to protect the high profits they were making from selling film. They believed their existing business model could withstand technological change, but in the end, they were simply overwhelmed by the technological flood. Disney, it seems, has learned this lesson well. Their thinking is, why wait for someone else to use AI to generate low-cost animations and disrupt Disney when they can use AI to disrupt themselves? And that, my friends, is how this $1 billion agreement came into being. Now, the real genius of this agreement is that Disney is actually playing 2 games simultaneously. The first game is all about confrontation. Interestingly, right around the same time they signed with OpenAI, Disney sent a very stern legal letter to Google accusing its AI model, Gemini, of copyright infringement. The second game, on the other hand, is all about cooperation. Disney is allowing OpenAI to use some of its core intellectual property, things like Marvel and Star Wars, to train their video model, Sora. In return, Disney isn't just getting shares in OpenAI, they're also going to integrate an official version of the Sora tool directly onto the Disney Plus platform. You can think of this as creating a whitelist. Essentially, Disney is telling AI companies, look, unauthorized data scraping is theft, but if you're willing to accept my oversight, pay up, and let me be a shareholder, then we'll open our doors to you. This whole situation involves a pretty fundamental shift in both legal and technological understanding. For the last 100 years, Disney's main defense, their moat, has been copyright law. If you drew a Mickey Mouse and tried to sell it, a court would definitely rule that you were infringing. However, in the age of AI, that moat just isn't working anymore. That's because AI isn't actually copying Mickey Mouse. It's learning Mickey Mouse's probabilistic distribution and style. It's incredibly difficult for the law to define whether this kind of learning constitutes infringement. And when you're facing countless fan art images being generated every second, even Disney's huge legal team simply can't sue everyone. So Disney has shifted its approach to defining assets. Instead of just owning the copyright, they're moving towards defining what's true. In this world, which is increasingly filled with AI hallucinations and low quality, what we might call dirty data, Disney's original source material has become incredibly valuable, clean data. By partnering with OpenAI and adopting digital content source authentication technology, Disney is essentially creating an authorized reality. What this means is that in the future, when you use the official Sora tool on Disney Plus to generate a video, that video will come with an encrypted digital signature. It's essentially declaring to the world, this is the genuine, high-quality Mickey Mouse. Anything generated by other external models will be considered pirated or fake. It's a bit like how Spotify brought an end to the chaos of MP3 downloads. Spotify didn't actually eliminate piracy, it just offered a much better and more convenient experience than pirated content, making users happy to pay. Disney is now trying to become the Spotify for video generation. The implementation of this strategy, it's argued, will effectively split the internet into two distinct halves. On one side, you'll have what's being called the white market. This is where you'll find giants like Disney and Adobe offering certified clean data and brand safety. It's essentially a paradise for professional creators and advertisers. And then, on the other side, there's the gray market. This space is going to be full of open source models, unauthorized style imitations, and data that's impossible to trace. It's envisioned as a wild, almost cyberpunk-like underground. Of course, it's worth noting that this technological marriage isn't without its potential victims. Just like the Treaty of Versailles included massive reparations, the reparations for this particular transformation might well be borne by ordinary Hollywood workers. While the agreement does exclude the use of real actors' likenesses, thereby protecting the stars, for those below-the-line artists who draw backgrounds or create basic special effects, the high efficiency of AI could mean a permanent reduction in job demand. Ultimately, Disney is in the process of building a new empire, one that's based on what they're calling data franchising rights. They've essentially acknowledged that the walls of the old world have crumbled, so they're choosing to leverage the power of capital and data to carve out a safe passage for themselves within this new world's flood. This is the IP Treaty of Versailles of 2025. Confronted by an unstoppable technological tsunami, the oldest dream factory has decided to become a part of that very tsunami.